Rivers benefits the assassins a lot more, right? Because like you could just travel from one point to another and then start assassinating your DPSs down in the gold lane, and then after that move on. You're basically all over across the map. But this is where also some utility roams or utility junglers are kind of favored because of the Matilda's movement speed and the Baxia. Unfortunately, from this game number 1, Baxia banned away by Iran. The juice in, a respect over to Lilim. I love it when teams starts to do some research. Nepal takes away the Marcel, the Fredrin, and the Philbius.
No, this is interesting, and like what you said, a lot of the jungles are right now coming into utility. The Akai definitely top priority, but not to forget the gold lane. Claude wins games, and a lot of teams are siphoning their energy into taking up that Claude, taking up, Freya, Paquitos. We totally forget about the fighters in this meta that, Nepal has kind of brought out yesterday as well. We saw the double fighters coming in from them, which they excelled in so well in the first game against Hong Kong, China.
There you go, the Akai by Madi as well. And I feel like personally, B1 pick, I feel, yes, the Freya is very strong in this particular patch, but there's an Akai. If you are a Freya, you are afraid of constantly getting CC chains, CC lockdown. Akai's habit spin constantly pushes you back. You're not able to cast your skills, and that's where the Freya's pseudo tankiness goes down because she's unable to sustain. Now Nepal, good reaction. You got the high loss to basically counteract against the Gord. That is definitely going to come out because you see Akai, you definitely see a Gord. Then after that, the Valentina to kind of match against the Akai as well. So far, I like what Nepal has drafted so far. Iran, on the other hand, I think these are your 3 solid picks, right? The Akai and the Paquito and even the Gord.
Yeah, pretty on the meta this time around. Quite a bit of early game damage, especially once Paquito hits that power spike. If we're looking at early game lane-to-lane matchups, I would say Valentina wins out that board, hands down, at least until that level 4 mark, before the ultimate actually comes in. The Bauman is actually seeing a lot of resurgence recently because it was used many seasons ago in Southeast Asia as one of the ultimate
jungles, technically speaking.
Ultimate security objectives,
right.
With the retribution, and there's no pretty much zero room for error if you're playing that Balmon, and you have a lot of heal sustain coming along as well with it, and we've been seeing that quite a bit in the games as well.
Yeah, and the fact is the Bauman has a little bit tweaked now. He doesn't rely on necessary kills to basically gain the HP. Assists also helps him gain that assist, so it kind of forces him to be not very greedy anymore. You can actually use him more of a utility to secure neutral objectives and move on, and after that become a late game tank. Speaking about tank, here's the Guinevere that we know and love, taken away by Iran as well, as they have already secured their own tank utility jungle, so make sure that Akai has a great game.
It is also highly possible that the high loss still goes into the jungle. It still provides some form of utility. We've seen that many seasons ago. If we take a time machine and travel back maybe 3 years, 4 years ago, that used to be hot on the plate. But hey, Moskov is taken out. Claude is still on the table. If Iran wants to get a solid marksman, especially in the late game, since now they have a lot of early to mid game damage, they need some form of insurance in the late game. Claude might be the best pick right here.
I feel like Claude fits what Iran wants to go for because they've already got their early game in terms of Paquito, and God technically scales. You need something more of a scaling composition as well, unless they really want to dive deep into the Harif, something like that. But Harif is already countered by the high loss, so I don't think that's a very good idea. Ranger, technically speaking, means that Team Iran is really looking at, I want to empower in the early game, I want to bully the gold laner, and I feel like Team Iran is reading into this, right?
Yep.
The pop, great read actually coming off from the run. Going for the Yuchong and the Yushin as the last few picks. These are threats over to the Gord, but Akai is a threat to Yushin, whereas Freya, on the other hand, may potentially face a bit of problem against the Granger during the laning phase.
No, this is smart coming out from Nepal. They understand that they need to get closer. They go for the Yuzhong. They thought that the Freya was going into the EXP lane. If Freya were to go in the EXP lane in the pre-level 4 mark, Freya definitely wins out, but post-level 4 mark, Freya is definitely going to suffer a little bit. Put her in the gold lane and run a double fighter composition. Mitoya has played the Yushin yesterday too.
And not just that, right? And we talk about how the Cho is also very annoying to deal with. Against, especially in the hands of Hisham, that really provides so much vision and so much annoyance, especially now Team Nepal has decided to go for a Yushin, which is also vulnerable in the early game. Cho is there to basically kind of act as a disruptor, so high loss, I feel like there's a lot more work cut out for this high loss coming up from Nepal.
Yeah, I have to 100% agree. Hylos is not as mobile as a lot of the other roams that we're seeing in this current meta, in this current patch as well. Valentina should have no problem at all. Typically, you want to run a Cho to close the gap and try to disrupt the mid lane that we see yesterday in a lot of the games from the core Southeast Asian teams as well. And I think what's beautiful about this is the other regions are learning from the regions that we know and love.
5 seconds.
Yep, good to go into game, ladies and gents. Game number 1 between Iran and Team Nepal as well. This is the last chance qualifier. Only one team will making it into Nagoya.
Well, this is quite interesting coming in from Matoya because typically you want to run, you want to start with the Beetle first before before anything starts, and then take a circle around your own side of the jungle. But starting off with the Bear means that you get easy access into Lethal Wonder, which in turn gain you control early on that mid lane rotation, as well as you have your strong mid lane duos.
Well, you can see the clear coming on Mitoya, right? The Yushin Shin has one of the faster clear as compared to Mahdi on this Akai. So technically speaking, because of that, Team Nepal definitely has great solid control around the river. Every single creep counts, especially for Mitoya on this Yushin Shin.
Great rotation from Freya as well. Abhishek was down the bottom side, cleared up that lane, joined in all these team fights, trying to deny the access into their own jungle. They're protecting their home, they're protecting their birthright.
Yep. Right now, I think top side. Paquito going up against Yuzhong. This is also one of the matchups that we used to see back in the good old days. Hold on.
Yep, the Ali tries to start. I don't think they want to commit to this one. Just a little bit of a shake and bake.
Revitalize already popped very early on. That is going to be costly for the side Team Nepal, but at the very least was able to kind of save him. And Iran, you know, I'm more than happy to basically take that away. But I'm actually kind of concerned about Abu Fazl, especially on the top side, because Yuzhong is not the kind of hero that you really want to constantly punch. And then after that fight, face to face, you want to hit and run. But Abu Fazl is taking a lot of L right here. Mahdi.
Mahdi tries to go in for the charge. Anki goes down. Porya will pick up that kill. Ali down low. Will be able to shake his way out of there. Porya, a little bit of A-score fumble. Lilin doesn't have that dash. Will be pinned to the wall. Porya will not be able to disengage. Mahdi still fighting a little bit. Gets out of there safe.
Yeah, but still, hold on a second. Abhishek just decided to go and dive. There's going to be a Valkyrie dive as well, and now it's going to be Ali trying to slow down Abhishek right here. Porya
trapped in the middle. Will be able to escape for now. Buying so much time for the turtle. Abu Fazl went down to the turtle pit too.
This is just a massive brawl happening. Both of these two teams looking for blood as well. It's really too early for the side Team Nepal to really fight, especially with Matoya. But if they have Abhishek in tow, I think why not? And they're really looking for blood and hoping that the killing spree helps him with the bonus movement speed and also the bonus damage. Bonus healing as well.
Yeah, Kishore did a very good job pushing Abu Fazl away. If Paquito went into the team fights a little bit earlier, that would have turned out so much worse for Nepal.
Earlier just now, we take a look at this whole replay right there. I think, you know, the fact that Lilim knows that he's taking over to level 4 very, very soon. Don't forget, he is also able to heal up and also gain a bonus EXP as long as Lilim hits his targets, right? But the problem is, from the side of Mahdi and also Porya, they don't really have a lot of damage, and Porya's damage kind of comes in big, massive bursts, especially after Mystic Gush is already committed.
For now, both teams are still pretty even Stevens. Nepal has a little bit faster clears as well. Matoya at level 7, Mahdi 2 levels behind. And we're going to see a lot of scaling capabilities coming in from this Yushin Shin, so Amirali really needs to pick up the pace. But it's so hard because he's dealing up with a Freya.
But the problem, but I also feel like, you know, for the side Team Nepal, Mitoya, even though yes, he can scale as an Yushin Shin, I think the main target that he could basically try to find is Amirali, and after that, perhaps Ali, right? And also Porya. But because Mahdi is an Akai, the whole point of the Akai is to basically secure Lord Fight and objectives. Once Mitoya gets pinned down by Mahdi, it's over for Mitoya. Whereas if Mahdi gets stunned up, he's a tank. He's meant to absorb all of this punishment.
Abhishek might be punished for now. A little bit too close for comfort. Amirali does have that one. It's a shake and bake down into the turret. Abhishek really wants to go for it.
Wow.
One more hit. And Amirali outplays it. On the other side of the map, Matoya goes down. Abu Fazl picks up that kill. He was on the wrong position right there. Iran used to have his spin to disengage, but they're going straight back in. Ali, a little bit of a shake and bake. Here comes the laser, the Mystic Gush. They're going to close that gap. They're going gun for that Gord, and they will take them down. Kishore picks up the kill on the Gord. The turtle down low. No jungle, no problem. Mahdi doesn't have the retribution. He picks up that turtle though, and Iran secures that objective.
Yeah, but it feels like, you know, the lucky part is Mitoya is not there. That's why, you know, Team Iran was able to secure the turtle for himself. A bit of a Getting down coming up from the side, Amirali earlier just now, that was, I think, Abhishek overextending, overheating, once again, trusted, hoping the talent to keep him safe, but to no avail.
Oh, Abhishek, Valkyrie descent. Straight onto Amirali, underneath the turret. Ali next to fall. Abhishek will pick that one up. The aggression coming from Nepal will not stop with Poria. Sent 6 feet under by Mitoya.
I feel like Team Iran is not actually anticipating the amount of aggression coming up from Team Nepal, right? Yes, Team Nepal is on the scaling comp. They do have a side lane fighter. I think they should have expected it. And not only just that, Team Nepal cracks open down bot. That means that Amir Ali was going to have to find farm elsewhere. But you start to see that, you know, Team Iran, I feel like they are not anticipating the aggression coming out from the side of Team Nepal. You can see Lilim activating the heavy spin earlier, forcing the Mahdi's heavy spin out earlier just now in that turtle fight. Yeah. But luckily, Mitoya's not there, so that's why turtle goes over to the side of Iran. And now I feel like Team Iran, if they really want to really try to ramp up, they need to start securing more objectives, right? The third turtle must go into Team Iran. If not, Team Nepal will take it, run it, scale using the Yushin.
I like what you said just now, right? But hold on, the heavy spin will pin Kishore to the wall. That's Albafazo, one punch and a jab, and he goes down.
Yeah, I need more early game aggression coming out from Team Iran. But the funny thing is, Team Nepal with the scaling comp, with the somewhat mid to late game composition, is the one that's more aggressive as compared to Team Iran.
You know, this is interesting because without the dragon, you don't really have that gap closer. Remember, in that previous turtle fight, we saw how once Kishore saw Poria use that laser, that's the dragon, lands on top of him, this gets that petrified and takes Squirt out of the game. So it's essentially just waiting for the bait to come in and then turning into that dragon to chase him down.
I think it's also, you know, Team Iran poured all their resources to no avail, right? The turtle skill up, but hold on, this was very important for Iran.
Albafazo still finding an angle. The dragon's already popped up. Mahdi's just right there. Mitoya will pick up that turtle from underneath their noses, and Albafazo a little bit too deep. Poria down low. Kishore will not complete that chase. Ali gets in for the re-engage. Will not be able to shake him bake out. That's the jump and the flicker. Abhishek all the way from deep in the jungle.
Man, Abhishek is really looking for blood right here. And of course, Freya, technically speaking, do scale quite hard as well as compared to the Grandeur. The problem about Grandeur is that once you land out of Rhapsody, there's only one lane, right? But the problem is Abhishek can dash and dodge, bob and weave those bullets as well, making it hard for Amirali to land down the damage. And also, you can start to see Nepal starting to scale, right? Abhishek, all these gambles that he took in the early game to the mid game, yes, we saw that one sus turret dive, but it's more than worth it. And if you start to see, you know, Abhishek and the fans sense that, you know, everybody from the side of Team Nepal is just looking for blood. Endless battle secured by Mitoya. That's another massive burst that Team Iran has to look out for. And if you notice, Mitoya is not supposed to be able to take that turtle earlier just now, right? Mahdi is the one with the heavy spin. We got heavy spin. Oh,
that's the jab. That's the push out though. Nice off 3 December. Abhishek. This is the re-engage and the red carpet laid down by Ankit. They will chase them back as the rest of the Goon squad from Iran comes in, trying to defend them against this turret. This T1 is critical for them. If not, they'll open up that map for Nepal's taken.
A bit awkward of a glorious pathway coming from Ankit. I know what he's trying to do. Try to cut down the pathway, maybe angle it slightly, I would say 20 degrees towards the clockwise. That'll be a better choice to kind of slow it down. But at the very least, you know, that fear factor that Team Nepal was able to inflict onto Team Iran allows them to take topside turret.
This is also smart coming in from Lilim. He knows that Mahdi is always showing himself. He takes the heavy spin instead of the Mystic Gush. And this creates a lot of opportunities. Yeah, it's a low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, Mahdi will definitely show himself out. He's there to basically open up the waves, allowing Lilim to take it. The reason why Valentina came back into meta is because of the Akai, and the Beyblade fight is the one that you kind of neutralize what Akai is doing. But there's also another problem, right? Like Lilim on this Valentina, technically still considered squishy. Yes, you've got that heavy spin from Mahdi, but I feel like, you know, Team Iran can basically, you know, walk around that Lilim's heavy spin as well. Like Dragon Bomb committed.
Mountain Chakra already used up as well. He's pushing him back, Mahdi! He takes the first turtle. Ali down too deep. He split up that team fight. Abhishek not happy about that. We'll go for that chase. Albafazo all left all alone. That's the heal. That's the dragon shot residue. The Mystic Gush will push them back. It's a 1 kill for that turtle. So worth it.
Great engage coming on Team Iran, right? Ali knows his duty, even though he has to sacrifice himself to basically knock out Mitoya so that Mitoya doesn't land out retribution, allowing Mahdi to secure the Lord. And what's the best thing? You get 1 kill out of it. That means that, you know, Team Iran will take advantage of this Lord to slow down Team Nepal scaling. And don't forget, Team Iran is the early game, mid game power spike, right? You probably need another 2 or 3 more minutes, and that's where you start to see a lot of damage coming off from Amirali as long as he lands it down properly.
Speaking of Amirali, he's in a spot of bother right there, chased out by 4 members, but a heavy spin will push them all the way, buying them some time to zone themselves out. Iran will be safer now. They took down the T1 up top.
Yep, good defense coming out by Team Nepal, but every time, you know, when you see team fight, even though when the Lord is actually, you know, threatening on the top side turret, this is when everybody's like, hey, can somebody deal with the Lord, please, coming up from Team Nepal? Maybe overcommitting like 4 members to try to chase down Iran earlier just now was a little bit overkill. Maybe send like, I don't know, maybe Nagoya or Abhishek right there to basically deal with the Lord and then join the fight, because unfortunately, your teammates can revive, the turrets doesn't.
Yeah, and this is smart from Iran, just going straight forward, taking down the turrets, all the way from the top side, rotating down to the bottom side, just giving all the farm to Amirali. What I like is, what I want to you know, pick your brains off is Nepal does have that Yuzhong, that split fight that we always see in many of these team fights. Yuzhong has so much more better sustain than what Iran can bring with the Paquito or even the Cho. So how does that play out for Iran?
I think how Kishore is going to play up against Abu Fazl is that as long as Kishore constantly outputs the damage, lands down on Shah residue, land it across like multiple members, yeah, Abu Fazl all of a sudden is just getting neutralized, right? Abu Fazl relies on hard-hitting, flanking, fighting Mitoya, punching
an assassin-ish fighter.
Assassin-ish fighter, correct. And the fact is, Abu Fazl can also fix waves as well. Kishore having the Black Dragon form as well allows him to basically do the same thing, right? Split push and then apply into the fight.
Mitoya just dashed right in, but able to get himself safe and sound. Ali, the kick was neutralized by the heavy spin. Lilim with a good call and a good trigger hit. Ali down low, will be down by now. That's the zone out from Kishore as well. Good play by Nepal.
It feels like Abhishek is looking for blood. Don't forget, he is the one that charged right into the turret. It was 1v2, 1v3. He doesn't really matter because he's gonna take all those gambles and hope to scale from that.
This is the late game player as well. Every single hit it does, he heals everything back up.
Yep. So far, I like what I'm seeing coming up from the side of Team Nepal, but Abu Fazl right now, yeah, definitely gonna have to do this. This is the only way for you to basically try to get into game. Unfortunately, neutral objectives and also turret objectives is the name of the game. Team Iran and also Team Nepal, if you notice, the plays out is slightly different.
There's a one-on-one down the bottom side. Abu Fazl taking a little bit of hits from Abhishek. He doesn't have the cooldowns coming in here. The combos will not be enough to save him as he gets sent 6 feet under once again. And Nepal are fighting a 5-on-4.
Paquito priority has long gone by this rate. You are probably, what, 10 minutes late for Abu Fazl to do any form of significant damage. I think it's a better choice for Abu Fazl to really pull Abhishek away, to try to pull this fight so that Team Nepal versus Team Iran is his Lord Pit. It's a 4v4.
Won't let it rip. He's going to hold on to the heavy spin. Mahdi will get himself safe. Ali will not. He got caught out.
Yep. Getting busted down now. It's a 3v5. Everybody from Team Nepal is on site as well. Even the Black Dragon form kind of zone. Abhishek dashing in.
Oh, he's got his eyes set on Fori. He's seeing red, but on the backside, Mahdi will try to steal the Lord, but the Toya takes it over. That is a risk that Mahdi has to pay with his life.
Mahdi doesn't really have a heavy spin as well. I'm not too sure why he decides to pop, and he just got blown out to pieces. At this point, Mitoya is what, level 15 already. Endless battle. You just get bursted down. Mahdi is only what, 1/4 HP. So take a look at this particular instant replay. What I was talking about is I really wish that Abu Fazl try to drag Abhishek away even longer to buy time so that, you know, Team Iran will fight a 4v4 against Nepal at the top side.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to win, but hold on a second. That's the kick down into the wall, sealed up by Amirali. That's the stack being built up right here. The gush will take Ankit's health low. Amirali tries to seal up that job. That's another stack for him. Might be going in for a 3. Doesn't really have support. Abu Fazl down on the flanks.
I mean, that's a good, any kills given over side Amirali with the Sky Pistol stack is absolutely great find, right? And the fact is, if you see how punishing when the Freya gets CC stunned or Ali with a knockup, and then after that you just receive so much damage from the side of Foria and Amirali and Granger and Agor respectively, yeah, you're just basically going to get it. And you can see how Foria is starting to build the damage, especially to deal with tanky heroes. The Glory Ones going in, even the Feather Heavens, and also the Divine Glaive as well. I'm not surprised if the next item should be going into a Wishing Lantern, because you're going to have to try to laser down Ankit. But Poria, using the Mystic Gush to be able to only deal with Ankit, I think may not be enough. Amirali still needs a lot more stacks in order for anything to happen.
Oh, that's the push. The limbs, heavy spin will not be enough to win onto Mahdi on the backside, though Abu Fazl finds Kishore, but Abhishek's just nearby, able to push them out.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about, right? Yes, while Valentina was able to steal the heavy spin from the side of Akai, Valentina is still Valentina. Doesn't reinherit the HP from the side of Mahdi. Mahdi, on the other hand, is the one that can do this.
Ooh, great find. On the Ankit, he will find himself in a bit of a trouble there. Lays down Ray Carpet, heals everything back up. This Revitalize already used up as well. Abhishek tries to go on to Amirali. That is the kill for Abhishek. He's taken 2. Ali falls as well. Abhishek, this Freya is a madman.
Yeah, Abhishek is just literally going all in every time when he sees Amirali or even Foria. All he has to do is just trade his life over to the side of Amirali. I think once that's done, you're training gold laner for gold laner. especially if you're a fighter, hey, that is good enough because you got Mitoya as a pseudo marksman jungler. You still have that pushing power to go and push down the waves.
Abhishek to start things off. The bubble has bursted. It's Mountain Shocker to push them all away. A little bit of vision play. Nepal has full control of the Land of Dawn.
That Lord push earlier just now, still decent in terms of the amount of damage and also pushing power, right? But I feel like if you take a look at Team Nepal so far, with the fact is they are really aggressive, especially with Abhishek. I think Linim on this Valentina, I think on draft it makes sense, but you start to see IRI once one full Rhapsody lit onto Linim, especially when Linim is getting pinned down with the Beyblade battle alongside with Madi. She just gets melted.
That's a smart bait coming out from Nepal as well. They're putting Mitoya away because you're fighting against a utility jungler. And speaking of utility jungler, Madi is down low. They found Almirani! That's the Granger taken out!
And not only just that, Madi is actually losing his life right there.
The heavy spin comes through. Madi was up enough. Florian Slazer seals the deal. They take down the Lord and they bought themselves some time.
Oh my goodness, that's such a very funny sequence. The fact is, Poria using the Mystic Gush to basically steal away the Lord. I was thinking that, hey, Madi is in a lot of trouble. The Lord should be going over to the side of Team Nepal, but no, Mystic Gush can also do a lot of damage.
Alfonso just took down that top side as well. Iran just playing mind games. They're playing the macro game. Nepal can't seem to find their strike. They're putting Kishore up on that top side. They have no one to deal with Poria right now.
And the fact is, don't forget, Team Iran, right? While the Lord dance was happening, Abafazo was just split pushing hard on the other side and potentially putting a bit of a pistol on the heads of Team Nepal. He doesn't need to pull that trigger. Team Nepal definitely feel the pressure from Abafazo on this Paquito.
Oh, I'm feeling the pressure too. Like, if you send your dragon, then who's going to deal with that Lord?
Yeah.
He took down that Lord.
Yeah.
He destroyed the entire team fight for Nepal. They had a very nice positioning. They started things off great. They're putting Mitoya away, just giving a little bit of a vision play onto the rest of the members of Iran. Fortunately, they found Granger, which was kind of unfortunate for Iran on the flip side. But
I can see why Nepal has no choice but to send Kishore all the way to the other side to deal with this Paquito, right? Yes, that means that they sacrifice the teamfight capabilities against Poria because they don't have access to the Black Dragon farm. Abhishek, technically speaking, with Valkyrie Dive can do certain parts of it, but, Abhishek outputs more damage as compared to Kishore at this point of time. So that's why, they have to send Abhishek towards these team fights because you cannot trust, you really cannot, even though Mitoya has scaled as an Yushin Shin is still technically an assassin glass cannon, but as Abafazo is just concentrating. I see one lane and one lane only. This feels like my Sun games when I play rank, right? I just look at one lane, I push the long lane, and that's all I'm doing.
Yeah, and speaking of like lane clearing as well, taking a look at itemizations, it looks like for Nepal, it's most of the members, or if not all the members, should have all the items by now. And it's going to be a super late game kind of territory we're in now. We'll see if Nepal wants to make these adjustments by sending Freya up on that top side to deal with what Abafazo is putting through on the long lane. As a Lord spawns up in the next 30 seconds, Iran seems a little bit more comfortable. They are sitting nicely at that Lord pit. Will Nepal be able to find Granger once again?
I'm not fond on how, even though I was just singing praises about Abafazo earlier just now, especially that one lane. Yeah, it's the opposite side of lane right now. It's a 4-1 split. Team Nepal, on the other hand, I feel like they've already started to be a little bit paranoid onto Abafazo. But I've seen how other teams actually deal with split pushing Paquito, or if you remember last time, split pushing Moskov, split pushing Ling as well. Just had 4 members deal with the one Abafazo. Abafazo couldn't do anything, and over the sudden that whole team fight, especially Lord does, because of 5v4, you win.
Speaking of which, the Lord dance will ensue. Iran already has built a wall towards themselves. Nepal will be able to push them back just for a little bit. That's the flank. Mitoya is right there on that purple buff. Poria is right there. This is wait carpet. The flicker will go out. But Mitoya taking a little bit too much hit. There's a Winter Throne already used up. The dragon will push everyone away. More Winter Thrones already used up. Amurali has fought their immortality for himself. Kishore goes straight for that Granger. Takes him out of the game. And they are able to push Iran out of the pit.
A 4v5 fight turns into a 4v4, and now with Abafazo joining the fray as well. I feel like Team Iran is already running out of steam. They don't really have any form of damage dealers reliably. And if Team Nepal identifies it, they could have actually gone in and do a little bit more cycle, do a little bit more trade.
Tricky for Nepal. The Fat Wave is coming in from that top side as well. They have to deal with a 4-on-1. Abufazo right there, trying to push everyone back as well. Mountain Shocker give a little bit more vision. They want to blitz this down, but they need to know if Abufazo will be able to split push and maybe a potential backdoor Jace.
Yeah, Ali is actually in the vicinity, threatening onto Mitoya, and not only just that, Madi does have the heavy spin and the retribution up. There's also Abufazo doing a lot of problem and splitting the attention for the side of Team Nepal on the other side.
Madi down low. Ali will try to risk his life. They're still waiting. They know where the Akai is. There's the Valkyrie's descent directly onto this Akai. The Lord goes down low. There's a heavy spin already used up. Abufazo trying to close them back. They're buying some time. They're buying some space. Amadi will not be able to take this Lord this time.
Nice dance around Team Nepal for around the Lord pit earlier just now. That was a critical play from the side of Team Iran. Team Iran is trying their best. They're trying to use the lowest budget for the best efficiency to try to take down that Lord earlier just now. But Team Nepal, the sheer manpower dominates that amount of pressure that Team Iran's really trying to put out. If you notice, I would say Team Iran's really doing a good job putting a lot of pressure on the side of Team Nepal, but Team Nepal is the one that has that evolved Lord.
They also have the vision. They're waiting for Madi. They knew that Madi was coming in. He has that heavy spin as well. So they found him. They bait him out with that Lord on low health. Force him to stay underneath that Lord. He came out a little bit too early. Had he wait for just a split second, might change things.
I feel like Team Nepal was playing it really safe earlier just now, right? And I guess it's better to be safe than sorry right now. Madi's taking a lot of damage coming out from the side of Team Nepal. The Lord a little bit distracted.
There's Red Carpet trying to push Abufazo back. He's slowing everything down. The Lord already take down T3 on the mid side. Nepal will not be able to push this any further as Iran built up a strong defense for themselves. There's a constant poke, a constant push. Ankit leading the charge. Heavy spin will push them back as Valkyrie's descent. The laser pops up. Dragon coming in. Poryas next on the target. Next on the chopping block. The heavy spin goes down. Underneath the throne. They're targeting onto the core, but the minions are not marching in. Falls. One hit falls after another. Nepal will be able to do it this time around.
Team Iran, no.
But they cling on to the precipice. IRI takes down one after another. They deny Nepal's descent.
Team Iran, perfect defense, but it's a maniac given over side Team Nepal on Amirali right here. Man, this is just crazy defense. It is so close. Even the observer was thinking, hey, this is it, right? This is here. But no, Team Iran's Poria was just doing so much AoE clears. They focus on the minions, so the Team Nepal has nowhere to penetrate because they don't really have a marksman.
But the marksman for Nepal just went in straight. It was found out by Poria. The gush was just too strong at this time. Amirali cleared things up with the maniac. We all counted him out. He's right down the mid side. Let's break this down and replay.
Scorpion's the stack, man. And not only just that, you can see Kishore is actually trying to do a lot of damage, trying to push it all the way back. But then again, they're running out of minutes because, you know, I think it's just like Team Nepal wasn't really focusing on the core instead. They're going for these kills. And that's basically their MO, right? They're super greedy on that one, especially when you start giving Amirali these stacks. Remember the Granger that has a Sky Piercer stack, and the Granger's not doing well. And you go into the Granger late game, Team Iran takes the Lord.
With that one clear, Iran turned things around. Nepal now up only 1,000 gold lead. At this point, it doesn't really matter, but it just goes to show how far Iran has done to come back into it. The pure base defense, the pure spirit, the pure soul that they have.
Yeah, and the fact that as Team Nepal, I think they forgot to count the minions earlier just now, right? Like, they kind of overcommitted into that one. They're not focusing on to taking down the core. They're thinking, hey, I just need to burst down the enemy and then after that rotate to the objectives. I think they need to try to do a little bit of multitasking, right? You need somebody to be able to hold down the enemy, and while the other one, let's say for example the marksman, a dedicated base hitter to be able to end that game. And now with Team Nepal doing the base defense this time around as Team Iran is bringing a siege unit. Amirali and Poria, these are long-range artillery strikes. Team Nepal has to be careful.
They're coming in from all three sides. Abufazo taking care of the bottom side. They're charging in. That's the push under heavy spin, pushing Ankit out of position. This is back rank form, making its way onto Amirali. There's no one on that defense though. Will you be able to take him out? Abhishek's winning the team fights. He's got his eyes set on Poria. They're seeing red. Nepal, they're not giving up without a fight. But no, Iran stops them from that satisfaction. Abhishek all alone for themselves now. Matoya left all alone, tries to clear out that Lord. He will. Does not have that one. This is a maniac. Might be able to go for that savage as Amirali seals up this deal, takes this game, pushes it through.
A maniac and a savage side by side, churros, as Team Iran turns the tides against Nepal. Well done, big man. There was a time where I can feel like they can see the lights flashing through their eyes, but no, they focus on what is right. Let's clear off the minions, and then after that, we give the Granger the Sky Piercer.